Hey guys, what is going on? It is the Schrothinator here, and I have a lot, and when I say a lot, I mean a lot of information for you guys about EA Sports UFC 2. Now, EA Sports UFC 2 announced on Tuesday, that EA Sports UFC 2 is going, is officially confirmed. But they also said on Friday, which is today, they were going to release the cover star and a whole bunch of features about the game, like a lot of the game modes, all this stuff. Now, I read all of this stuff, and I'm liking what I'm seeing. I really am. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. And, I'm going to go ahead and let you know, obviously, by the thumbnail, you can tell that Ronda Rousey is the cover star. Now, she is not the only cover star, however. There is still an unannounced cover star. It will be, undoubtedly, a male on the cover with Ronda Rousey. Now, my guess, I'm hoping it's not Conor, because Conor does not deserve it. He is only an interim champion, which he shouldn't even be an interim champion. I mean, Dana just is nut-hugging the shit out of him, but nothing against Conor. It's just he doesn't deserve to be on a cover of a video game quite yet. If he beats Aldo, then we'll talk. But the person that deserves it the most is Demetrius Johnson. That's why I'm playing his bantamweight version right now, in case you guys are saying, oh, you never play as 96 overall. I still don't play as 96 overall characters. I'm just being a 93 overall version of Demetrius Johnson. But anyway, Demetrius Johnson deserves it more than anybody at this point. I mean, he's never been on the cover of a video game. He is the most dominant fighter in the entire world currently. I mean, he's the most well-rounded one as well, just like GSP was. But I mean, unlike GSP, Mighty Mouse is finishing fights now most of the time. He's finishing them late in the fight, but still doing it when he can. Now, let's get into the features that they've released. Knockout gameplay. Knockout physics system. Basically what they're saying all about that is there's a new physics system for knockouts and everything. Just a whole new physics system overall for the game, which is awesome, because that's what they needed to do. They needed to change the gameplay. In order to change the gameplay, they needed... Well, actually, in order to change the physics and stuff, they also needed to change the overall gameplay in order for the game to work correctly. But in that, all KOs are now unique is something they said in that little description. Now, what that means is, I understand that completely. What they understand by that is, though, if you're Chad Mendes, let's just say, and you're fighting Conor McGregor, and Conor goes ahead and in for a straight, and you duck under the straight and hit him with a hook, he'll fall a specific way depending on how you hit him, depending on what strike he threw, just depending on all the positions that you're in, that he's in, and he'll fall a specific way because of that. Not even a specific way, just a random way because of the physics system. They could fall, get knocked out in a whole bunch of different ways, and that knockout will be different compared to if you're Lyoto Machida and Luke Rockhold throws a head kick, and you also throw a head kick, but his head kick doesn't land, but yours does, he'll get knocked out a completely different way than Conor did. There will be no chance of them being knocked out the exact same way, which is awesome. So no specific knockout animations anymore like it was in this game. So that's awesome. Now, moving on to the next thing after the knockout system, dynamic grappling. Not really anything specific we can talk about here, other than I'm hoping they really upgraded the grappling from last year, because, in this game, your guy froze on the ground sometimes. People could hold you in the side control of the crucifix or the mount, or even in stacked guard they could hold you in too. it just gave people too much power if they knew how to be cheap little bastards. So hopefully they fix that. Next level submissions. Now, something we do know, I just got death rocked, it doesn't matter. Next level submissions, surprise your opponent with a flying armbar from the clinch, and all this stuff is just basically explaining that you can do a heel hook, a heel hook from the standing position, an armbar, a rear naked choke, a guillotine, all this, the standing submissions and stuff they brought back this year. It's awesome. I cannot wait to use all of that. It's going to be so much fun doing all that stuff again. And I guarantee there's some more minor tweaks to the submissions. Ultimate defense, you can't get hurt what you can't hit. The physics system is supposed to be a lot more smoother, blocking, getting away from strikes, all that stuff. I guess biggest roster ever is what they said. Including legends, current fighters, stuff like that, MMA legends, Ultimate Fighter likeness and animations, basically just saying they improved the graphics somehow, and also there's a lot more animations for moves, for strikes and grappling. A mode for every fighter, career mode, depth, and authenticity, which is awesome. I love that they made female fighters able to get a career mode, so you can create female fighters this year. That is a huge improvement there. Very, very huge improvement that you can do that. And, all new training camp system, which I hope it's better this year. I mean, it was not bad last year in all honesty, but I mean, it was not fun to do last year. Ultimate Team also is something that's going to be really cool this year. I think I'm going to personally play Ultimate Team this year. I haven't really gotten into it before, but like in Madden, I think Madden 15 it was. Yeah, Madden 15, I started to get into it a little bit, but I never really got into it. And I think I'm going to this year because it's, UFC. KO mode, you have a KO mode for if you want to just stand up and fight, if you're not a guy that likes to fight on the ground at all, that's your thing to do there, is to go into KO mode. Then you got Custom Event Creator, which was one of my favorite, which actually was my favorite thing to do in UFC Undisputed 3 was to go to event mode and create events and then have a UFC league like that on my Twitch channel, which I think I might bring back with UFC 2. I kind of stopped doing it for UFC 3 because I kind of got caught up with WWE 2K16 and all this other stuff, but yeah, I cannot wait for that at all. Yeah, online championships, all new title chase, compete with your favorite fighters against other warriors from around the world. Go on a win streak to earn a title shot in your division and defend the belt as long as you can. I don't know exactly how it's going to work online. I really don't, so I'm sorry I can't elaborate on that. I think it's going to be extremely more competitive now. I think it's going to be way more competitive now. But you know me, guys, if you guys remember, I was one of the best players in the world at this game. I was being chased down by a lot of people that wanted to fight me. There was a lot of people that wanted to recruit me in their online fighting leagues, which I was the champion for the OFC for a little while. Rizzo fucking adored me. I loved Rizzo too. Rizzo's a really cool guy. If I wanted a certain fighter, he'd make it happen for me. But, kind of done with the UFC. I don't know. I don't think I'll ever return because I'm not a huge competitive gamer. I only was for this game because the single player sucked. If the single player is awesome for UFC 2, which I think it will be, then I'm probably just going to stick to single player, So that's online now. Live events. You can now, just like in the WWE games, the NBA games, I believe the Madden games, you can do this too. Yeah. You can actually look to see like what events are actually happening in real life time, stuff like that. Then also you can predict to see who you think will win the matches, the fights in real life, which I think is pretty cool. So I'm really into fantasy MMA. Like I do DraftKings. Shout outs to MMA Game for being promoted, for being sponsored by DraftKings or partnered with DraftKings. I don't know exactly which one it is, but I use DraftKings. I do the UFC Pick'em, which is the free stuff. I have a lot of fun doing that. Yeah, and you can win in-game rewards and propel yourself up the leaderboards just for doing fantasy predictions, which is awesome. Also, last but not least, there's two more things. Create a Fighter, taking a character customization to the next level. UFC 2's fighter creation tool goes deeper than ever with robust facial sculpting, tattoo customizations, which is awesome. And for the first time, the ability to create female fighters. Players can also sculpt their own game face uploads to perfection before they touch up in the octagon. The game face did not work in this game, I can tell you that much. I tried using the game face. Boom, they made the guy super white and have no chin. It did not look like me at all. But tools to master MMA, grapple assist. Mastering the art of grappling can be imitating jiu-jitsu. Imitating pursuit, but thanks to all the new grappling assistance display, it's easier than ever. Visual aids help players with ground game transitions, submissions, takedowns, and take much more, all in real time, so that anyone can finish the fight like a pro. Well, they have a knockout mode. I was expecting like a jiu-jitsu mode or a grappling mode, something like that, and I was also expecting some sort of like GM mode, not just event mode, but like GM mode, where you can be like Dana White, basically, stuff like that. But you know, event mode, as long as they have event mode, I'm not going to complain whatsoever. I really hope that you guys loved the video, loved the information. I certainly did. Hope you guys hit that like button. Also comment, let me know what you thought about the video. Let me know what you think about EA Sports UFC 2 so far. I'm pumped for this game. And of course, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.